Committees on Monday, March 24th, 2025 at 3:40 p.m. No need to do roll call, everybody is present. So I move to item number 2, approve meeting agenda as motion to approve.
I'll do it.
Support?
Support.
Okay, discussion? Being none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. We jump from public forum into consent agenda. I need a motion to approve resolution number 5364, which is approval of payroll, accounts payable and net payment adjustments, along with B, approval of regular commission meeting minutes from the February 24th, 2025 meeting. Okay,
Yep.
motion, is there support?
Support.
Okay, discussion. Being none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Reports of committees. Safety Committee, again, we don't have anything to report, right, Greg?
Yep, no
Which is
injuries
bad.
reported.
That's fantastic. So we jump to number 7, new business. A, accept employee retirement. I need a motion to accept this.
Motion to accept.
Okay, is there support? Is there support?
Support.
Okay,
Support.
discussion on this item?
I,
Okay, go ahead.
I've said it before, but, you know, this person had 29 years of service, you know, I think we need to do something for him. I know, doesn't the city even have the mayor take somebody out to
Well-
lunch or something?
Yeah, what we do, is we typically have, there's a, kind of like a slush fund for the union employees, there's a slush fund here. So what we usually do is we have like a pizza gathering, you know, where there's like a big luncheon where we'll have pizzas up in the thing and, you know, Jeff's been through it and a little cake and stuff like that. So we do have,
I understand, but 29 years is worth more than a pizza.
right.
I think.
But again, it's public dollars, so you're kind of really limited to
Well,
what
can't
things you
we
can do.
do a plaque or something?
Mhm.
Or print a nice certificate and frame it? I don't know.
I mean, that's a good suggestion.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, you want to discuss something next meeting about,
Well, let me talk with City Hall, see if there's anything that they do for, you know, long-term employees
Okay.
like that. Again, you know, we obviously are very thankful for years and years of service.
yeah,
And, you know, the craftsmanship and expertise that goes with it, but, you know, all we've done it's always a discussion of audits and things like that about the slush fund that we do have.
right,
You know, that supports these gatherings to, you know, recognize them, you know, on their way out. There are a lot
That's
of.
a union fund?
No, it's just kind of,
what we
yeah,
call
you know,
for-
like, it really covers like plans for funerals and, you know, retirement gatherings and once in a while we'll do like a end of construction season barbecue or something like that,
Mhm.
you know. But there's actually a lot of employees who just refuse to even do it, believe it or not.
I understand, but
Yeah.
you know, I remember the days where employers used to give watches after so many years and that type of stuff. And when I looked at this again, 29 years, that's exceptional in today's labor market.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
it's worth something.
Yeah, in fact, I say this is kind of the last of the era.
Mhm.
You know, when I started here 20 years ago in that department, this employee is really the last of that crew, you know, that were all long-term employees. You know, that generation of crew that we had as we did in the plant.
Yeah.
You know, they're pretty much all gone now.
Well,
It's a new generation of employees.
Well, Greg, maybe come up with some kind of.
Let me talk with City Hall, see if there's anything they do, but again, with, you know, for like things you'd see in the private industry and that watches and what have you, that's a little.
yeah, but I'm on some other public boards
Yeah.
and we give a plaque recognizing a service or a
Right.
gift card or something like
Yeah,
that.
I'll talk with Britt and see if there's anything they do up there that we can mirror.
Okay. The next-
Thank you, I appreciate
Yeah.
that.
Okay. Any further discussion on this? Being none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Okay, we move to B, Progress Parkway gas main relocate. I think Greg, you pretty much covered it. Do you wanna say anything else about it?
No, it was only like a 5-page plan, so I put the actual plan, or Mary put the actual plan in your packet, so you could see exactly what I've been referring to. There's a section of road there that's gonna be reconfigured from the Highway 53 intersection at Lundgren Ford, Slumberland Motors, J&M Auto Service. Our existing gas line would be under the roadway, which the county wants us to move it from, out from where the proposed roadway would be.
Right,
That's gonna be, the bid opening is, I believe, April 8th. So at the next commission meeting, I'll be coming back to you to hopefully award the bid to get that pipeline moved in that location. But again, that was just informational for you to see the alignment and what I was talking about. And as you said before the meeting, we just looked at kind of a general area map showing how the roads are gonna be reconfigured in that area from the old Fail Road or the old drive-in theater area
right.
all the way to the Lundgren's Highway 53 corridor or intersection.
This project that they're discussing, this relocate, now we have to fund that, right?
Yes,
Why isn't this covered under the project?
because it's our infrastructure.
Okay, so you were told that. With this whole project, I mean, I've heard that they're doing a J-turn
Yeah.
further down.
Well, it's the same
Roundabout.
thing, it's the same thing if the city does an alley.
Okay,
We're responsible for our utilities underneath it, so if things do have to be moved or realigned, it's on our dollar to do it, so.
okay,
And this project is under the county, 53
This
is under
this is the county portion of the project, yes. So the county's gotta get their stuff moved prior
Okay.
to the highway, during doing their stuff,
Right.
so. There's a lot of different things that are going on down there.
And this is supposed to be done before the school year next year, right?
I believe
Most.
the MnDOT highway section is gonna be done. Now, the county section, I don't know how much of that will be done, but I'm assuming that, obviously the reconnection to the frontage road that runs from this intersection all the way back to the Super 8 motel,
Mm-hmm,
that piece of this would have to be done.
right. I mean, the planning for that school and access leaves a lot to be desired. That's all I gotta say. I mean, I gotta pick up my grandkids up there during the bus. I mean, those bus drivers, I know they got enough people pointing directionals and. Okay, well, thanks Greg for the update, so.
One question,
Go ahead.
just the timing, Greg, when would this project, with all things going well, be done, our part? This summer?
Oh, yeah, this summer for sure.
Oh, okay.
That's why we need to get it out bid and done, because we need to get it moved before, the county does any of their work. So we get it out from outside of their alignment there.
Okay, thank you, Greg, for the update. Now we move to 8, manager staff report, A, operations update. Greg, give us a,
37,000 pounds per hour on average, up and down, obviously with the weather conditions coming out of the steam plant, and we're alternating the package boilers. So as you know, through the deep cold, we had both boilers running
Right.
together. Now we're back to alternating one every other week. So every 2 weeks we alternate boilers. Not every other week, every 2 weeks. We've got 48 new gas applications in hand since last fall.
good.
So there's only, right now, 44 people left that we haven't heard from for gas apps to do the final conversion by October of 26.
Are they commercial or residential?
That I cannot answer. I just asked for a head count on a number.
Oh, okay.
So, again, we have a newsletter coming out. One item in the newsletter is obviously gonna be potential impacts from the potential tariffs. If there's tariffs on gas/electric imports from Canada. along with, so we'll have a little bit of a blurb on that,
Okay.
what we vision as potential tariff.
What is that?
Well, right now Minnesota Power saying that there's not gonna be an issue. In fact, I printed out a blurb that they've told us that we can use for our newsletter. And really, it just says that last year, the cost of the Manitoba Hydro, the Ontario Power that they brought in, spread through 150,000 customers, was about $300,000. So they're saying that they expect the impact of the 25% Ontario surcharge on our customers to be negligible. So they're saying, and now I'm assuming with a drop in power supply to the mines and that, you know, they'll be able to utilize the more local power for us anyway.
What about that threat that, what if they turn off the power? Canada, you know, how would that impact us?
My answer to that, not coming from Minnesota Power, my answer to that is right now, market power is dirt cheap. That they would, if they had to out-resource that small power supply, they would just go to market to do it.
Okay.
Which again, from reading this, my answer would be it's such a small amount that we wouldn't really see an impact.
Okay.
But remember in the back of your mind, we also do buy some, and it's a small amount of gas through the Great Northern Pipeline, which comes out of Canada.
Yep.
You know, BP gas, whatever. So there, you know, is potential for tariffs on that commodity as well. Which again is a small amount and you know, that gas is hedged, so how that would be handled, we really don't know. Again, the other part of the newsletter would be again to put a notice out for steam customers, and like we told Cassie, now our list has gone from X amount to this amount to 44.
Right.
So when we send direct letters to them too, the text is gonna get bigger and darker and bigger and
Yeah.
darker, so. Again, we've been through it twice, a reminder to the commission, a reminder to everybody else. We know that the day that we say we're gonna shut the valve, we have all rights to shut the valve.
Mm-hmm.
As long as there's power to the building, there is a backup source of heat. Again, we've been through it twice and we know the answers. So.
How's the hospital?
The hospital, that was part of my update, so
okay.
good question. The hospital, we have been informed they're currently out for bids right now on the
Okay.
new boiler up there. So they're moving ahead. From what we've been told. Okay.
Yep,
We have no involvement in that process.
right.
How about all the city buildings?
Well, Washington Manor, the biggest concern right now would be with the hospital. If the hospital were to get it done super fast and they didn't need steam up to the hospital, you know, the two facilities or three facilities on that pipeline are the Washington Manor, Irma's Finland House, and the Lakeshore Hotel, motel, the motel right between the lakes there.
6th Avenue there.
Yep. So, you know, we'd have that line for maybe one winter, you know, to serve those facilities if the hospital did go off. But again, I mean, every minute that ticks away is less time on the system too.
But you still have City Hall and the
Well,
library and.
you've got City Hall and the library, and my understanding is they're gonna lump them all together and move ahead. I mean, they're well informed of it. I know that they've, they're putting together a plan to get them converted.
Is the old fire department on steam?
Yeah. My understanding is they're not gonna do anything with it. Is my understanding. I don't know whether it's true or not, I do not know.
Cold storage, huh? Okay, any other questions for Greg? An update? Water breaks, have we had any?
Water breaks haven't been terrible. I think at the last meeting I told you about a couple that had happened right before.
Mhm.
But the other thing that I did want to make sure that I updated you on was, I told you that we had an employee leave in plant operations, and we're gonna look into temporary staffing service. We do have an employee coming in April from that staffing service that'll help us get through, you know, the inevitable closure of the plant in October 26th. We did post the job internally, as I told you. We did post it externally, and we've got no hits on either, so we will be bringing a temp in from that service agency. There is another operator in the plant who's now, sounds like he may be close to getting another job, has kind of given us a verbal notice, so we've of course forwarded that notice to the staffing agency as well. No, we're gonna leave the external posting out there. I mean, now with, you know, the issues people have heard that's going on in the mines, maybe we'll get, you know, somebody that is interested in a 1.5 year operations job until, you know, the final closure, but,
Yeah.
so we'll leave that posted out externally as well, but just an update that staffing service will be, starting up here for us in April.
What was the name of that staffing system?
Sprung Services.
Yeah, my son is a boiler operator, WLSSD, and I asked him about that. He said they're pretty good, and they do a lot of training of people too,
Yeah.
correct? Okay.
In fact, since I've been here, since I've been in the position, we've had different times where we had operators leave, and we had no internal bidders, and, you know, in a longer process, they're tougher jobs to fill, that we actually brought them in for small fills in the past. In fact,
Mhm.
2 of their operators ended up being retired employees from the public utilities.
Yeah.
No,
They came over and worked for a while and then, you know, applied for the full-time job, and both have recently retired, so.
There you go, Jeff.
I'll add it to my list. Okay, anything else?
Well, that's all I had on my list.
Any other questions for Greg?
Fluoride, we had any, you see it in the news all the time about everybody's raising holy hell about that.
In town?
No,
National.
nationally.
That's good water quality.
Well, I know, but my answer to that is People Services, you know, we have required testing, and we stay in compliance, and until that compliance standard changes,
Yeah,
we're good to go with state rules, so.
Okay.
and as far as with the EPA, we're working on our issues with that.
Yeah, in fact, I was gonna bring an update, and Aaron said, well, just wait till next month, because we're really close to, you know, having final back and forths done with the EPA. And
Yeah.
again, just a reminder what Jeff's referring to is they came in and did a big audit
Yeah.
on our water system, came up with a bunch of different stuff, and we're working back and forth. We've done quite a bit of updates, but I'll have Aaron bring a report once that's more finalized. I don't wanna bring something back and come back the next month and say, well, this changed, that changed.
Right. I mean, as far as our water quality is second to none, so happy to report. Any other questions? Is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion adjourned.
Is there support?
Support.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Thank you, gentlemen.